Dear student, today we will talk about the first chapter of data visualization. And in this chapter, we will see that what is data visualization, what are the different ingredients in that one. So, in this chapter, the learning objective is to define analytics, that what is analytics and different types of the analytics. Second learning objective is to see what are the different types of data and given examples of each. And then the third learning objective would be to know what are the examples of data visualization used in the daily practices. The fourth most important learning objective would be identify the various charts defined in the chapter. So the question is, what is data visualization? So according to the book, which is written by the Cam Coran, Fry or Hama. According to these authors, the data visualization is the graphical representation of the data. So when you represent the data, when you convert the tabular data into the different graphs like histograms, like pie chart, like geographical charts, and then by showing some some maps or some charts, so that is called data visualization. So basically the data visualization is the conversion of the data or information into the charts and graphs. So we should differentiate between the data information, that when data is processed, that becomes information, and when you process the information, that become knowledge, and when you process the knowledge, that become a wisdom. So analytics is a scientific process of transforming the data into the insight for making better decisions. So when you convert the data into insight, insight means like when you have when you can take decision based on that patterns. So that is called analytics. So analytics is nothing but it's a transformation of the data into a meaningful patterns to have a better decision. So how this analytics came into being? So there were three most important things: technological changes, methodological changes, and the computing and the storage capabilities. So with the passage of time, with the technologies moved faster. In the last 10 years, sensor technology, social media, personal electronic devices, all this came into being. So technological advances was incredible. Yes, methodological development also came while there was a lot of algorithms came, like supervised algorithm, unsupervised algorithm, and massive data machine learning things, optimizations came. So by this one also data analytics emerged. And the third most important thing that we have now, GPUs, supercomputing. So computer power also enhances, and also we have like storage devices in the shape of the clusters. So there are basically three kinds of analytic method. The first is called descriptive analytics, which is just the normal analytics or analysis, where we just have a query, like we have some descriptive statistics, is like standard deviation, variances, mean, and data visualization, clustering, and what if analysis in the spreadsheet. While predictive analytics is more advanced, and in which we apply some algorithms like linear regression, like time series, like KNN, ANN, artificial neural network, predictive data mining. So in that case, that is most is one step ahead from that one. So it consists of analytical tools that use mathematical models constructed from the past data to predict the future data. Prescriptive is a step ahead than that one, and it includes mathematical model or logical models which indicate best course of action, so that if you have multiple alternatives, if you have multiple solution, so which solution is the best for you? So that is called prescriptive analytics. And the examples are optimization, like to find the optimal value. In case of revenue, we also always go for the higher revenue. In case of loss or in case of cost, we also go for the low cost cutting, right? And the simulation also, we have like a before going to the real world, we simulate the things, simulate with respect to the probabilities and decision analysis. So prescriptive analytics is the highest level. So why we visualize the data? So we visualize the data to explore the data, that what is inside the data, what are the patterns in the data, and communicating and explaining the message. So in this data, you can see over here. So on the left hand side, you see a table which consists of the months of the year and the zoo attendance of the people, of the visitors. And on the right hand side is the table is a graph for the same data. But on the right hand side, the data is more clear. You can easily understand that which month visitor came. So in June, July, visitors were more, while in January, February, and November, the visitors were less. And this one is more related to the prediction. So here in the first on the left hand side, you see that the linear regression, it touches more, it touches 5 points, so it's more fitting. While on the right hand side, if you see over here, this line only touches 2 points. So this means that this diagram or this linear model is not fitting because this is a bit curve. So this bit curve means it's non-linear. And now you see over here, this examples gives for HR, this is a very good example. Like for example, if for HR, they can see that what are the preferences of the employees. Some employees, they prefer salary or bonus. Some people like company and culture, location, daytime, work, flexible schedule, industry, job title, or healthcare. So based on that one, HR can see that what are the preferences for the employees. And then there are 4 kinds of the data. If you see nominal data, the example of nominal data are it's a textual data or alphanumeric data. It could be gender, it could be hair color, ethnicity, but the order is not important. While in the ordinal data, order is important, first position, second position, third position, like letters A, B, C, and economic status like low, average, below. While in the quantitative data, we have 2 kind of data, which is called discrete and continuous data. So discrete data is a whole data when there is no point, when there is the whole number, the number of the students in the class. So we cannot say like that there are 10.5 students. So we have to see either 10 students or 11 students. The number of workers in a company similar as well, and the number of homes runs in the baseball. You see over here. Yeah, so if you see over here in the continuous data, the height can be in of the different elements, could be 10.5 centimeter, 11.5 centimeter. Square footage of the bedroom house is also there, and the speed of the car also. So it means there are some data. Okay, in the broader category, if you divide the quantitative data, it could be divided into ratio and interval. So ratio is the one where the zero is a real zero. So for example, say 0 kg of rice, so that is the actual zero. But when we say that zero temperature, so the zero is not the actual zero. So there is zero is the temperature, for example. So if zero temperature means there is a cold, right? So that becomes interval, while the ratio is the normal number, which can be continuous or which could be discrete. So now, so these are the different more examples if you see on this table. So quantitative data are share prices and the volume, while categorical data are the company symbols and industry. So this is one of the practical example for you. In cross-sectional data and the time series data, cross-sectional data is the data collected from several entities over the same time of frame, right? So that's cross-sectional data. While the time series, when we link the values or the data with respect to the time, that is called the time series. Now there is a subtopic under the data visualization which is called the big data. And big data means that when your data is too large, too complex to be handled by the desktop computers, you need GPUs, you need a supercomputer for that one. And thus we have 4 V's. 4 V's means volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. So volume means you have a lot of amount of data generated by sensors, by social media, or when the speed is high, in 1 minute, how many comments are generated by Facebook, YouTube, and how many videos, audios are generated by the social media. And variety means different structure of the data, semi-structure, fully structured, and unstructured data. And veracity means the reliability of the data generated by different components. This is the word cloud. So word cloud is a very interesting graph, and personally, I like it very much because if you have a document which is 10,000 pages. So on the 10,000 pages, they count the frequency of different words like ambition. This word is highly repeated. Patient is less repeated. And if you see forward and climbing, this is very less repeated. So the size represents the high frequency of any word. Data visualization of the accounting, yeah, in the accounting also we can use it. We can use the Benford law. So Benford laws, uh, is used by the auditors in accounting firms, so that if the frequency of the first letter is there is high probability of the first digits to be one, and then two, then three, then four. So instead of one, if it is coming eight or nine, so it means these numbers are suspected. And similarly, if you look at this one, like a high and low close stock chart for the Verizon Wireless. And by this one, you can see the variation in the stock prices when it is high, when it is low, and what is in the medium. And also this one, yeah, this is very important about the employees turnout by the month. So the HR people, they like this chart, and they can analyze that how many employees they left the company and how many they joined the company. So the upper point, they say that they retain it, and the lighter blue is the losses, and the dark blue is the gain in the employee. This diagram or chart is very important for the marketing company. That this is called a funnel chart, and sometimes it shows you that how many people visited, how many people returned to the website, how many people downloaded the software from the website, how many people contacted the support, how many people subscribed, and how many people renewed. So by this way, things gets narrow at the end. So it gives a feeling of a funnel. Yeah, so in the sales also you can see that where are the dips and where are the valleys. So you can see the sales growth and the sales falling. So you can follow up that what are the reasons for sales down and the sales up. And similarly, this chart is very beneficial in the manufacturing one. So you can control the production of certain food items or any manufacturing thing. So if it is so three times it overflowed and two times it underflowed. This last chart is I think is called spaghetti chart, and this is showing about the tornadoes and hurricane tracks, that how it flows and how it moves, what are the different tracks, so that the early warning should be given to the people, those who are living on these tracks. Yes, the last but not the least is about the position, that where the players, they can make maximum baskets into the basketball court. So this is the different position done by the Chris Paul in an NBA game, and the cross signs say missed position, and the blue, they are called the unmissed position, or the basket positions. So from there you can see that personally, for me, so certain places are very good to basket the ball, especially on the right hand, left hand side. But from the front, I think sometimes I also feel difficulties to basket the ball. So this is a discussion for today as a homework, okay, as activity number 2 for you, and you can check your knowledge and send me the answer in the comment section. Thank you very much, and this is a summary for the whole discussion we did it today.